find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both knew better, but we still said forever, and that was 7 summers of coke and southern comfort. Were we dumb or just younger, who knows? Back then you used to love the river and sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad? No, that was 7 summers ago. Hey friends, what's going on there? So 7 Summers by Morgan Wallen is a song I'm very excited to teach you in this lesson here. It's a great song. If you don't know Morgan Wallen, the plug I'll say is check out Grady Smith's video giving a profile of him. This is from last year sometime, before he kind of blew up, and he's been huge over the last year, really the rising country star of the moment. And some great songwriting. He's a great singer. I really love the spirit he brings to a lot of his songs, and this is one of his songs that's been stuck in my head. Happy to share it with you here. So basically, this chord sheet, this PDF chord sheet, like I make for all my lessons, you can get this at my website, playsongnotes.com. This is lesson 347, right? Check it out. But enough talk, let's get to that lesson, and I'll see you all on the other side. All right, y'all, so let's look at the chords for this song. So there's going to be these 5 chords are all we're going to need for the entire song. So let's start with the first 2, the C major 7 and the F major 7. Okay, so what these chords have in common is there's one note missing that we would normally play in the C and we would normally play in the F. And fortunately, it makes it easier for us because there's less we have to worry about. So for the C major 7, normally you would have your index finger right here on the second fret, second string, first fret, but we're going to let go of that. Okay, it's going to give it a nice sort of different sound, very distinctive. And for the F, instead of doing, a bar chord, we're not going to do that at all. We're basically going to let the thinnest string be open. So for the F, I like to play just the 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret on the middle 4 strings. 3rd, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and then leave the thinnest string open. Don't push the thinnest string down. Okay? So get used to this switch. Notice how your ring finger is staying on the same note for each of these chords. C major 7, F major 7, right? C major 7, F major 7. So those are the 2 chords we'll need there. That's going to be all we're going to use in the verse. Now the rest of the song, we'll need a D minor. Okay, open, 2nd, 3rd, 1st. If you want, some people teach this as a D minor 7 in this song, which is open, 2nd, 1st, 1st. Kind of hard to see there, but I'm barring the 1st fret on the thinnest 2 strings. This sounds a bit more distinctive and unique and nice, but it's a bit trickier to do. So just do that or a regular D minor, either one. We'll need a G chord. I'll typically just mute the 5th string with my ring finger. This is an easier way to play it. Okay. Then we'll need an A minor 7 here. This is basically an A minor, but the 3rd string is going to be left open. So it's open, 2nd, open, 1st, open. You also can think of this as a C, but on the 5th string, we're just going to leave it open. And it's an A minor 7. Okay, so those are the chords, and let's look at how we use them now. So chord progressions. I'm going to look at the intro and the verse, which use the same progression, and I'll look at the choruses, right? And then after this, I'll teach you strumming and show you how to put it all together. So the intro and the verse are just going to use C major 7 and F major 7, 2 measures of each, and then they just repeat, right? So it's pretty straightforward. If I just did a down strum on the 1 count, it would sound like this, right? So, yeah, you used to talk about getting even further south, somewhere the summer lasted all year round. Probably got a big old diamond on your hand right now, maybe a baby old couple by now, long driveway to a big white house. Okay? That was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You repeat it. So get comfortable with that first. We'll add strumming in a little bit. Now let's look at the chorus of this song. The chorus is basically going to use one progression. It's going to use the D minor to the G to the C major 7 and then to the A minor 7. Okay, so we're going to play that 2.5 times. Let's play through those 2.5 times and see how it sounds. So I'm going to do 1 down strum on the 1 count. And I wonder in your drinking if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both knew better, but we still said forever, and that was 7 summers of coke and southern comfort were we, dumb or just younger, who knows. Okay, so that's the end of what I'm calling chorus part 1. Now, in reality, normally we would just go to the C major 7 and the A minor 7, right? That's actually what's going to happen in chorus part 2. But chorus part 2 is going to basically do another 2 measures. It's going to end with the D minor and then the G. And chorus part 2 also has a breezier sound. It's almost like he stops playing for a second and he gives the chords a bit more ring. And when I play chorus part 2, I like to strum closer to the saddle, the guitar right here, and that creates this sort of like, yeah, back then you used to love the river and sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad to know that was 7 summers ago? And after that, you're going to start the intro and do it all over again. So again, with the choruses, you have the option of thinking of it just as D to G to C major 7 to A minor 7. And then you just repeat that over and over and over again. And then you finally just end on a G for that was 7 summers ago. The way I like to think about it, though, is you do that progression twice, right? And when you're thinking, if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both knew better, but we were there forever in those 7 summers of coke and southern comfort were we, dumb or just younger, who knows? Pause, mental pause. Back then you used to love the river and sipping on a sixer with me. D minor to G, right? So whenever you're on a D minor, you go to G next, whether you're starting off in chorus part 1 or you're ending chorus part 2. But anyway, get this progression, and between my progression sheet here and my chord sheet on page 1, you should be good to go with this one. It's however you can memorize this, right? Now let's look at strumming real quick. So strumming, I like to use a simple down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. We're not going to do any bass note stuff. We're not going to do any percussive strumming. We're not going to do any, it's going to be real nice and breezy, right? So if we were to do a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. If we were to count that, it would be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Now let's play through the verse and the chorus like that, and you can see how it all sounds when you put it together, right? So, yeah, you used to talk about getting even further south, somewhere the summer lasted all year round. Probably got a big old diamond on your hand right now, maybe a baby or a couple by now. Long driveway to a big white house. And I wonder when you're drinking if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both knew better, but we still said forever, and that was 7 summers of coke and southern comfort were we, dumb or just younger, who knows? Back then he used to love the river and sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad to know that was 7 summers ago? Okay, so a final note about strumming, again, in chorus part 2. I didn't really do it too much in my playthrough right there, but I really like to, if you strum really close to the saddle, you get this like real, I don't know what you call that sound, but it sounds kind of just much more breezy. And that's a nice way to sort of add some differentiation when it comes to back then you used to love the river and sipping on a sixer with me. Just on the 1 count on the down strum, right? And don't do it too much. Do a little bit of taste. It takes some practice there. But that's how you do strumming on this song. And the last thing that I'm going to teach you is the intro riff here. So a lot of folks will teach this up here, you know, on the 7th and 9th fret. I don't find that too satisfying to play when I'm playing by myself, right? If you're in a band or whatever, maybe that's cool. I like to do it down here. I'm going to show you 2 different versions. The simplest of which is basically this. You take your C major 7 chord, right? And the idea is the yellow notes here are the sort of melody notes. That's what you would hum, like da 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 da, right? Basically, it's just open 2nd string, repeated, and then you go to the 3rd string open. Do it again, strum. And then you're going to go to this F major 7, and that 3rd string is going to be the melody note there, right? And as I have in my tab, you see here, it says pick freely from F major 7. So that would just be like, pick freely just means kind of keep your hand in a general, rhythmic strumming motion, but just kind of grab the strings as you see fit. Freely, do whatever you want. There's no right or no wrong. That's the simplest way to do it. Now here are two different versions I like to do to add some filler riffs that kind of are reminiscent of what you hear on the album. So the first one is going to be so the first of these riffs is going to be basically so there's two little hammer on and pull offs. You don't have to do a hammer on and pull off. If you can, it would sound like this. It's basically open, first fret, open on the second string. You can just pick them individually too. Then third string, open to second, right? And then pause, and then open to second to open on the third string. Open fourth string, and then you resolve to a C major 7 and start the whole intro again. Okay, so in context, riff 1 would sound like this. Okay, and then riff 2 will sound like this. Same beginning, right? Okay, so there I'm going, put your hand in an F major 7 position on the third string, open to second, and then first fret of the second string. Okay, so we do that first part twice. Open to second to first, open to second to first, and then third string, open to second to open, and then C major 7. Okay, so again, it's all about the context and the feel. So let me do riff 1 and then riff 2 and back to back, and you'll see how they sound. So there you have it. That's how you do the intro a couple different ways, and you got your chord progressions, you got your strumming, and you got the lyrics and everything on the first page. So you can get this over at the website, playsongnotes.com. Thanks to all of you who are supporting me on Patreon, and you're really fueling me and motivating me to keep going with these PDFs week after week after week. I'm changing, genre, some classic stuff, some new stuff, all the time, giving you guys a nice mix, but this is all music I dearly love, and I hope you find it helpful. Hope you find these lessons helpful in general. So thanks to all of you for watching, and I'll see you around in the next one, my friends. Take care, and bye-bye.